What's up everyone, and welcome back to Nexus. Everyone has a bucket list of all the amazing things in the world they want to see. But what about the places you shouldn't see, because if you try, you may end up dying? Watch this video to find out 10 deadly places that could kill you if you visit. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get new content similar to this every day. Also, make sure to comment down below letting us know which place you'd visit anyways. And if we can get that golden like button, which is 1,000 likes, make sure to drop a like down below. Number 10. The Grand Canyon in Arizona is one of the most beautiful places on Earth. It's 277 miles long, 18 miles wide at its longest, and a mile deep, carved out of the Arizona scenery by the Colorado River. But despite its beauty and fame, it's proven itself to be pretty dangerous upon occasion. It actually boasts the second highest suicide rate in all of America, with people jumping to their deaths on purpose. But as well as that, there's also a high number of accidental deaths where people just fall in. People even sometimes just drive over the cliffs by accident. Number 9. This one is pretty obvious, but the Arctic Tundra is definitely somewhere you shouldn't visit if you A, value your life, and B, aren't accustomed to the climate. Of course, people do live there, just like people live in Antarctica, but it's an incredibly grueling and cold life. At its coldest, the temperature can get as low as -58 degrees Fahrenheit or -50 degrees Celsius, and even in the summer, it can be below freezing. The area is so hostile that there are less than 50 species of mammals living there and hardly any humans. Number 8. You may remember Caracas, Venezuela from our other list of the most dangerous cities in the world, and is officially the most dangerous city in the world with a murder rate of 120 per 100,000 residents, 4,000 murders in 2015, and huge gang wars breaking out almost daily. Caracas, despite its beautiful scenery in the heart of South America, is definitely somewhere you should not visit unless you have a serious death wish or a desire to get your hands on the masses of illegal drugs there. Number 7. Naples is a beautiful city densely populated and surrounded on all sides by active and deadly volcanoes. Unfortunately, I'm probably gonna butcher this, but just recently, the volcano Campi Flegrei began showing signs of awakening again. And if it did, millions of people would have to be evacuated from one of Italy's tourist havens. Naples is such a hub of volcanic activity that it's home to the world's oldest permanent volcano observatory, named the Vesuvius Observatory. Along with all that, Naples was also the most bombed city in the whole of the Second World War, so it's always been pretty dangerous. Number 6. The Amazon rainforest is another place we'd all love to see, but maybe isn't worth the risks. Though it's getting slowly destroyed by deforestation, it's still enormous and packed with all kinds of dangers, possibly dangers we haven't even heard of yet. Just some of the dangerous animals you can run into are vampire bats, blue poison dart frogs, angry howler monkeys, and jaguars. And in the river itself, you have piranha and electric eels. Bullet ants also live there, famous for having the most painful sting of any insect, and a whole host of deadly tropical diseases like malaria and dengue fever can be contracted. Number 5. The Danakil Desert in Eastern Africa, located in Ethiopia and Eritrea, has been dubbed by National Geographic as the cruelest place on Earth, and for good reason. It's one of the lowest and hottest places on the planet, and like Naples, is full of volcanoes. These volcanoes are in an area called the Danakil Depression, and along with all the environmental hazards, border conflicts in Eritrea mean you run a high risk of getting kidnapped as well. Number 4. Unless you're a seasoned mountaineer, you may not have heard of the Eiger, a 13,000-foot tall mountain in the Alps. If you are a seasoned mountaineer, you've probably been told to stay well away from the Eiger, which possesses the friendly nickname the Murder Wall. Hundreds of climbers have died on its slopes, in areas named Death Bivouac and the Spider. The rate of deaths and disappearances on this mountain really make you question why anybody tries to climb it in the first place, but it's most likely for the adrenaline rush. Number 3. Of course, a place called Death Valley had to make it onto this list, and Death Valley, California is definitely not a misnomer. It's just as dangerous as it sounds. It has the lowest point of elevation below sea level in the US, 282 feet. This area called Badwater Basin. Another area called Furnace Creek has the world record for the highest recorded air temperature ever, reaching 134 degrees Fahrenheit and 56 degrees Celsius. It gained its name as Death Valley when a dozen prospectors during the gold rush died trying to mine it, though remarkably some Native American families still live in Furnace Creek. Number 2. The ancient Greek underworld Hades is a place where if you visit it, you're probably already dead. But in 1958, a cave system called Tripa, which translates as foxhole, was discovered and claimed by historians to be the basis for the Greek myth. Hundreds of people once lived in this incredibly complicated cave system, building an entire town of it until it tragically collapsed and killed the people within. Archaeologists even think a cathedral was built into the caves, and that it was a hub of life until its destruction. Number 1. You've probably all heard the name Chernobyl before, as the site of the infamous and deadly nuclear disaster in the 1980s. The city of Chernobyl itself is right in the middle of the exclusion zone. This exclusion zone is split into 2 different zones, the black zone and the red zone. The black zone is an area which will never, ever be fit for human habitation again. It's so dangerous that there's a blob of radioactive corium so deadly that if you spend 5 minutes in the same room as it, you'll die. That was our list of 10 deadly places that could kill you if you visit. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a video in the future, and hit the like button too so we can hit the golden like of 1,000. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace!